It's another episode of Kita's Kitchen! Happy Thursday or Friday to those of you that are just having a regular day. To those of you that are in the US and might be celebrating, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate, a respectful Thanksgiving or day of mourning to you. Thanksgiving to me and everybody that I know pretty much is just a day to remember to be thankful, and a nice day since everybody usually gets it off in the US. It's just a day that we can all get together as a family. You know, most of the time with work schedules, it's really hard to do that throughout the rest of the year, so we just always like to try to take advantage of that. But by no means are we trying to celebrate anything that happened hundreds of years ago. We are simply just trying to make it a day to be thankful. And so I am going to be making something that is somewhat Thanksgiving themed, but just fall themed in general. So if it's fall wherever you are in the world, this would be something really fun for you to make this time of year. So I'm going to be using the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. This is the original, not the updated version. So there is a bigger version out there, but I'm using the first one that they came out with. And I'm going to be making pumpkin pasties. If you don't remember what these are one of the treats that Harry and Ron eat on their first train ride to Hogwarts. And it is a super simple recipe if you go ahead and buy the pastry dough ahead of time. So I will put the ingredients up on the screen, but just know that they do give you all the ingredients in here so you can make your own pastry dough. And of course this entire thing is coming from this book, besides maybe a few tweaks here and there where I'm trying to elevate it. Hopefully really fun, fast, simple video today for the holiday. First, I've got my oven preheating to 400 degrees. I've set mine to 375 because we realized with an oven thermometer that our oven actually runs about 25 degrees over, and I don't want to burn these puff pastries. Alright, so I got some pastry dough or some pie crust, and it kind of fell apart, so I'm re-rolling it back out. And since I'm not a perfect roller, it's not the right shape, but I'm going to try to work with what I've got and make as many as I can. Alright, so this is not as big as it's supposed to be, but I'm just going to make them smaller. It's fine. And I'm going to cut as many of these as I can out. Just pushing firmly, but I'm not twisting so I don't accidentally break any of the pastry dough around it. And these are going to be very tiny. Now for the satisfying part. So I'm just going to toss these on here. This won't be the final placement. And we'll move on to the pumpkin filling. You're going to need 1 cup of just pumpkin filling, not pumpkin pie filling. 1 cup of 100% pumpkin, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1/8 teaspoon ground cinnamon, and 1/8 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. That smells so good. Now I'm just going to mix it all together. Alright, so now I just pulled these back out of the fridge so that they could keep cool while I was making this. And I'm going to add a little bit to the middle and just enough to fill it up so I can fold them over. Oh wait, you're supposed to put a little bit of water. So dabbing my finger into a little bit of water. moistening the outsides lightly so that they'll stick, and then pinching them together. So I put a little bit too much, just barely too much. I'm just gonna re-pinch the sides all the way across. We're just gonna have, you know, fun pumpkin lining the outside. They look like little dumplings. All right, so now I'm just gonna continue doing this for the rest of them. And now finally, to add my own little touch, the recipe doesn't call for this, I'm going to add a little bit more water to the tops of these and sprinkle some homemade cinnamon sugar to elevate them. So since these are supposed to be twice as big, they're usually supposed to cook for 30 minutes. So I'm only going to cook them for about 15, and then I'm going to see how the puff pastry is doing. Because that's really what you're trying to finish here, is just make sure that the puff pastry is completely done, and then everything in the middle should also be warmed up by then. All right, so I will see you guys when they're finished. So most of them came out pretty good. Some of them did bust open just a little bit, but you know, I knew I was overfilling a few of them. These are about 5 minutes out of the oven so that they had time to cool. So now I'm going to taste them and hope that the middle is not still too hot. Whew. Definitely wait 10 minutes if you make these at home. That middle is still very hot and kind of burning my tongue just a little. But these are so good. I definitely recommend adding the cinnamon sugar topping. I'm not a huge pumpkin person either. Like, I do not do the pumpkin spice thing, so this is like... Now I'm questioning if I should try pumpkin spice stuff. Well, I'm super glad that I made those. Those were, I'm actually excited to finish the rest of those. And yeah, again, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a respectful day of mourning, or on Thanksgiving, or if you're just anywhere else in the world and having a normal day, happy Friday or happy Thursday. I am going to go chow down on some delicious Thanksgiving food. Well, after I get this edited, because yeah, I'm actually recording this pretty late. I should have had this up now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the comments. Hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time, you know what to do. Make sure to use your magic wisely and keep an eye out for Dementors. Knox.